To the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, to the regional and international diaspora. Good morning, just about 7 minutes after the hour of 8. It is February 12th, 2026. For those of you celebrating, have an enjoyable celebration, be it a birthday, your anniversary, whatever you are celebrating, enjoy yourself to the fullest. Remember to give thanks in all things that you do. Just to remind you, for those of you that are on the radio, we are on your FM dial, or listening to us on the radio, I must say. We are on your FM dial at 98.9. We're being simulcast on TVC Channel 40, Facebook, YouTube. Our local number is 466-0989. In the US, 1718-285-6984. In the UK, 0333-440065. And our second US number, 1305-921-4619. Sequent had to step away for a moment, but we saw that the election in Barbados, it was a clean sweep. I guess Miss Motley knew what she was doing. She calculated, it worked out. The Honorable Ralph Thorne, he got his tail whooped. I remember at one point in Parliament, he was saying he was going to starve Una. Well, I don't know what's going to happen to him now because he has no seats. I guess he's not going to be, he can go to Parliament, maybe sit in the box and listen, but he has no say. It's 30-0 all the way. So I guess Barbados, I don't want to say I guess, but Barbadians are confident in the leadership of Miss Motley, hence them giving her a third consecutive term. And as per Bajan history, she's the second prime minister in Barbados to achieve this feat. So kudos to the Bajans celebrating today, and congratulations to Miss Motley and her cabinet. In other news, I see in Antigua that prosecutors won, and this is from ABS television and radio. Prosecutors won case against accused in Chantal Crump's murder case could be dismissed. It says the case against the woman accused of killing 9-year-old Chantal Crump could be thrown out next month if prosecutors don't move it forward. Chief Magistrate Nadio Emmanuel has given the state one final adjournment warning. The committal proceedings must take place at the next hearing or the matter will be dismissed. Angela Mejida, charged last year in connection with Chantal's death, returned to court Wednesday morning as the country continues to mourn the Five Islands primary school student. And Elisa George wrote that little report that I read there. So for all that's concerned, continuous sympathy and empathy. And I was looking at a little video while the vehicle was driving off with the accused, and she was all smiles. Nothing about her shows that she's sad or anything. Don't know if she was smiling for the camera or what, but she was all looking all comfortable and smiling. I know the parents, the family, the teachers, the school, her fellow pupils, they're probably still mourning her death. Now, I was speaking to someone in regards to the election in Barbados, and I was telling them what do they think about our elections that may be coming up. And the person said, yeah, I think we're going to get a clean sweep. I think we're going to finally get number 7 under our belt. So let's wait and see if we are thinking the same way as the Bajans are in Barbados when it comes to leadership. So Quint, anything to add?
I don't think we'll get a clean sweep. I don't really like clean sweeps, but
Yeah, because there's no opposition.
yeah,
None.
yeah, so I don't think we will. But I'm not a prophet, so I can't say. I'm only assuming or speculating.
I didn't hear much, or I must say I didn't follow much, because I wanted to hear what's the gentleman named Wickham that normally does the predictions. I really didn't hear if he said anything, but I know Miss Motley had to be confident, calculated, when
if
she decided to call elections.
if I'm not mistaken, I think she had a clean sweep already, you know, because I'm sure I heard somewhere that she had to nominate an opposition sometime in the past. Maybe you could do a bit of research on that, right? So
Hmm.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that she had a clean sweep sometime before. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Good morning, guys.
Good day to you.
How are you guys this morning?
Good,
We're
thanks.
fine,
Yourself?
and you?
I'm good. I'm good also. Thanks be to God. No, Quint, I'm with you. I'm not for clean sweep either.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Because do people realize, do the people realize what they do when they give somebody all
Yeah.
power?
Yeah.
You really have no one looking out for you, you know.
And unless you have a really good person in the leadership, it's left up to them. You don't have anyone to say, well, yeah or nay.
There's no one to check them.
Yeah.
Who got in the gad?
Yeah.
My husband is something else.
What is he saying there in the background?
We hear grumbling about if she was a good person, she would have just let election go for the full term and call election when election was supposed to be called.
No, but if she's confident and calculated that she could have won, I think she did the right thing. She
I,
did.
I agree with him, though. I mean,
Really?
yeah.
Why would I let my opponents prepare? Because you know they had a lot of independence and all of that. Why
If
would I
you're
let them
if you
get
know
the
it,
upper hand of me?
action speaks, action speaks, you know.
But she knows she's capable, and the people trust that she's capable, hence them putting her back because they had other options, including Ralph Turner, and they didn't.
I hear you, but I still agree with him, though.
But I'm not for the clean. I'm not for the clean
Guys,
sweep
if
fully,
you-
but she did that. Go ahead,
If she
sir.
was so capable, if she was so capable,
Mm-hmm.
right? Election have a 4 years term. If she was so capable,
Well, fight down here.
right?
Mhm.
She should be allowing the time to go and allow the people to prepare because an election is in 4 years. But no, she's so capable that she decided to start me with a surprise and call election early. That's not fair.
Well, stuff like that. I'm not gonna condone, but that's what happens because the last time we had the deconstruction of our unity construct here in St. Kitts and Nevis, I'm sure the then Prime Minister was confident that he could have won without anybody else, but I guess the people was like, nah, because that was an early election too.
That still does not make it right. It makes it wrong. And
That's what I'm
again, you know, when he
saying.
called the election,
Uh-huh.
he called the election because he didn't want to go through a no confidence vote.
Yeah.
Those are ignorant.
But you know, with elections, nothing is fair and free or all those things about it.
And then,
Yeah, but they should be, though.
Attention,
Hi.
you is a cricket lover. You love your game to go full term, don't you?
That's a whole different thing, kind
Mhm.
sir.
That's what election is about. It's a contest.
Mm. Yeah, it is a contest that I don't ever see it as being fair. Mm-mm.
That's because they don't have
Money pass, all kind of things happen to get votes and all kind of things. So it ain't good. It's not good at all.
It's not good at all, but it's still wrong.
It is wrong. It is not good, but you have to choose the better of the two that proves that they can do what you the people want them to do. That's how I see it.
And
You
that's the reason why you need to take a full term.
You know what they tend to say? They do things and they say, well, it's not illegal, you know.
But we agree that it's wrong. We agree to disagree that it's wrong because she basically. But you see, she knew she could have won it, man. She was capable. I didn't see fear in her when she was plotting and doing whatever. And I'm
Mind you, until she proves herself otherwise,
not.
I still support her.
Because during the election time, they have the whole script from what her former party member would have said, Mr. Arthur. They just have that playing over and over about her being basically a tyrant and whatever else they were calling her. But
Well, when your people vote for you, hands down, it says something. I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah, it says something. Yes, Quinn. It says something, but he also said that you look at the books,
Mm-hmm.
and the books look good, but things can change tomorrow and
Mm-hmm.
make the books look bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
So
that's
you say,
true.
what things look good today? Hey, let me hold it at this point and
Mm-hmm.
have another 4 years.
Mm. So you don't like the idea of snap elections. That's what I'm gathering,
No,
and you want us to do.
no, you're not supposed to. That's what the rules are there for. Don't change the rules in the middle of the game.
Well, maybe the
That's why
rule.
I am for one. I am for one for
Mm-hmm.
set date election.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Set date election.
Yeah, me too. Here, here, the eyes have it.
Oh boy. So if our good prime minister decides he's capable and he's gonna call election before next year, y'all,
It's up to
you
him.
you two gentlemen are not down for that.
It's up
It's
to him.
not capable people of those things. It's people who got fear. It's not capable people of those things.
But you really think me is
If it's capable,
afraid?
you got a full term.
I don't think she's afraid. I think people are afraid do the craziness that we see those other leaders do where they
And that's
kill.
crazy stuff. That's looking at the books and say things look good. Let's
And-
have it now. Because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Mm.
Yeah, we have another caller.
Okay. I'll take Naima to school. You take my granddaughter to school. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island T.
Good morning. I want to see the picture and the talking.
Oh, you're not hearing us?
No.
Okay, we apologize for
I was
that.
seeing you and the other man. Me
What?
hearing nothing.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for that information.
Okay, sorry about that. Thank you for the information. We appreciate
Okay.
you calling. That's all you wanted to
Okay.
contribute today?
Even on the radio, me hearing nothing either.
Oh boy. Okay, caller. Thank you for that. We'll try to sort
Okay.
it out.
Okay.
Quinn, do you want us to take a break and see what's happening, or you want us to continue?
Continue. I'm gonna see. I think I know what it is. But it's good when whenever they're on and they don't hear something, let us know because sometimes we are unaware.
Mm.
So go ahead. I'm just restarting this.
Okay, no problem. Oh wow, wow. I'm just going through and I'm seeing all of these. Let me see. I'm looking at the decision. Oh boy. I think it's in Nevis. Sometimes I think overseas travel use.
But that's weird
use it
because
as-
Cleo them were hearing us. So
Yeah,
that-
but I don't know. But the young lady says she's not hearing us on the
Yeah,
radio
but I'm
either.
saying that's weird because Cleo them were hearing us.
Mm.
Restart it.
Oh, what? I didn't even know Mia's mother's alive. Look, wow. Her mother looks good though. It says Amor Watley was a scene of pure joy as her daughter, Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Motley, took the stage in Glebe St. George. Oh, this is so. Wow. If you see me, look at Mia's mommy. So I now understand where she got her Mia Amor. So she has her mom's
If,
middle
any,
name.
if anything, what is that on Facebook?
Yes.
Oh well, I can't get it then. Yeah.
Oh, I tell you, you need to set up the Facebook. You know,
I'm
want we
not
put down
gonna-
your bucket list too? Oh,
I'm
Jesus.
not gonna go back. I was on Facebook way back in the beginning, and I took
Oh,
myself
boy.
off. Facebook is one of those things that gives information, all your information to people like Trump.
Oh,
I
boy.
don't. And Yahoo also. You understand? You know, I'm very, very wary of these people.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Oh, listen. Also, right during the election.
Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Caller, good morning, 11 Island T.
Good morning, Potensier. And
Are you hearing us?
you all have an audio problem.
Okay, I'm
Good.
trying to rectify that.
Even on television.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
yeah.
how are you hearing me?
Well, I was hearing you initially from my phone, right?
Ah.
I guess that would be your broadcast feeds,
The site,
right?
the official
Yeah,
site.
right.
Okay, let me.
Okay, and and then it cut out.
Mhm.
And when I looked at television, I don't know how Facebook is. I didn't check Facebook.
Well, I think when it cut out is because I restarted the app from my end,
Okay.
right? So it should be coming back shortly. Okay, so
Okay.
so let me know.
Yeah.
Go
Um,
ahead.
Yeah, with regards to elections in Barbados, um, we have to remember what elections are about. Cotton says it's not just a game. It's not a game.
I don't see it
It's
as
a
a game.
serious
I'm just
business.
saying.
It's a serious business. Okay, and um, we often talk of free and fair elections. That is what we should aspire to.
Yeah.
So you can't just say, well, we all know that money pass and all kinds of shenanigans happen and so on, and leave it there. We should not just accept that. We should not tolerate it. We should aim for better.
Yeah,
Okay.
because when we allow that, the rules keep changing a bit slightly here and a bit
But
slightly
who passed
there,
money?
and-
Because I saw somebody got in trouble for that. Actually, saying somebody from the Barbados Labour Party gave them money, and that wasn't that wasn't the case. They apologized, but they still have to go to court.
Well, you can't. You're not. Nobody's going to pass money in a way that is going to be obvious.
We know how
So
that goes.
in the first place, it's very difficult to prove.
Mm-hmm.
But we know it happened. I mean, I know it happened. I've spoken to enough campaign people to know that it happened, right? And what's ironic, I think there was a case in 2015. Didn't Dr. Drew bring a case of treating in after the 2015 election, I think, yes. But like I said, it's very difficult to prove, okay? But we should all aspire to cut it out because it undermines our democracy. And as to the timing of the elections, again, I disagree that it should be about strategy. When I can get my opponent at its weakest,
yeah.
you know, that is not what elections should be about. Again, like I said, it's not a game, not a football game. You win, you lose, and everybody live happily ever after, right? There are serious consequences.
This is real life.
Yeah, there are serious consequences to elections, okay, and they should always be taken seriously. When we get to this stage, I think of maturity where it doesn't people can't be bought for drinks in the bar or $500 or fridge and stove or those kinds of things. Okay, then is when I think our democracy will thrive.
But Mr. McMahon, I've been questioning democracy, Mind you, I'm for democracy, but I've been questioning it because the more you delve into history, and for instance, when you look at the clip I played in relation to Puerto Rico yesterday, and the clip I played in relation to what the British did in forcing drugs on China, and all throughout history, these very same people who speak democracy are really dictators. They have been dictating all along.
Well, yes, there's that thing called the benevolent dictator, like what is that Castro was.
But they,
right?
but they have not been benevolent. I mean, you call forcing a country to take drugs benevolence?
Well, no, obviously, I mean that's an extreme. Obviously not.
Well,
but they were doing it not in terms of the interests of the people they were subjecting, but their home country kind of thing.
but it is wrong.
Of course it's wrong.
And grossly
question
wrong.
about it.
So it's like me saying, I go over there and I slash Cartensia across her face, and it doesn't hurt me, it hurts her. So it's okay.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to things like that, the people are very selfish about their interests.
Yeah.
And there was a saying, it's undemocratic to be too unanimous. That's how dictatorships.
That's how this. Yeah. That's why I said I don't like
arrogance
all.
and-
I don't like when
Yeah.
people get all. All the
Yes.
seats.
Yeah, that's always a bad thing. It never turns out well
Yeah.
in the end. Okay, because and the thing about it is, especially around here, generally politics is practiced in the same obnoxious way. Okay, where money talks, you try to get donors, and who are then supposedly rewarded if you win, and alternatively, whoever was against you somehow get punished, right? There's always that. So it's not a good practice how it is, and but I see no attempt to change it, okay? Because when you're in opposition, you realize all the ill, but once you get in, you realize how it benefits you to keep that practice going. So much so that most people feel that, well, if you're in power and you have the country's treasury to do your bidding, you should not lose. Mm-hmm. And we see it even now. There's no attempt to change that.
Yeah,
So I'm saying that I agree with you that you should have a fixed date, because you know what? One of the reasons they call elections early is because they have bitter medicine on the horizon, and it's better if they call it now.
Yeah.
At the peak of the popularity and so on, than when you administer that bitter medicine.
There's
like
another caller here, so just hold a second. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Good morning.
We can barely hear you.
Yes, because I'm watching the TV, but I cannot hear what's coming on. So the volume want to fix.
Well, I've tried things. This might not be from our end really, because I've restarted. I'm getting it on our official site. I'm getting it from our official site, so this might not be from our end.
But we're trying. Thank you so much for letting us know.
Yeah.
When you eating, don't what eat on the TV.
Okay, no problem. Sorry that you can't hear us, but we're working on it.
Even your radio transmission yesterday, I was driving. Normally, I'm able to hear.
Yeah, that on one side that has been down, and we can't understand that again. Look, we've upgraded to where we don't use STLs and so forth, which you might not be affair with, right? We get our signal via modern technology, a digital box, and it gets it through the internet. So as long as we're, like I said, I just check our official Win Media website, and the audio is there. As long as the audio is there, it should be disseminated to everywhere else. Oh. If it is not disseminated to everywhere else, then it is not really our fault. It might be an internet, a glitch along the internet, or the provider that provides that audio internet feed. You understand me?
So if you use Win Media, it normally that's the one. That's the shall we say the mother one.
Yeah, that's the main one. Yeah, once that is up, it means that our app that sends the audio out is working, right? And it means that all the other mediums that get the audio should be getting it.
So that means really and truly, you're subject to the whims of other people. If they decide when FM not broadcasting, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, but that shouldn't happen, because it's like, for instance, everybody who deals on the internet, you're on the internet and you're paying a fee or whatever, and you should be on. Yes, people can cut you off, but that would be illegal. But yeah, you're kind of technically, you're right. But yeah, we have a particular medium that we use that sends that takes the audio and send it to those boxes. You understand?
Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes I remember one time they were having problems, and as long as they're having problems, we're going to have problems.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a pity.
Yeah. We're not going to have problem on our official audio site, as I explained.
Right.
But taking it from there and sending it to the transmitter sites, there's where we might have problems.
That seems to be the way that everything is going now.
That's the way everything is going now.
Somebody elsewhere can control what you do,
Well,
or what you know.
yeah, that's the way it's going.
That's the environment now. But I was saying that in our instance, for instance, where we've had successive deficits that can't continue, right? At some point, some kind of action have to be taken to reduce those deficits. Okay, and most likely it's going to be bitter medicine. Of course, the other alternative is to grow out of it. But from what we've been seeing so far, you know, our growth, I would say, is pretty anemic. It's not all that good.
And with what we've been seeing practiced by the big brother, it doesn't look too good either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and that applies to Mia Motley too. She might see on the horizon, boy, things gonna get tough for you. Might as well.
Oh boy.
Do it now. You don't agree, Hortensia? I know that boy thing.
That is strategy, you see.
Oh boy.
Okay, let me explain it. It's like this. See the way the Caribbean is going right now? It is foreseen that not too far from now, the leaders are going to have to take some drastic measures. They might be financial, they might be tax-wise, they might be whatever. But right now,
Cutting services.
yeah. But right now, as the climate has not gotten there yet, it's the best time to get a new mandate, so that once you have a new mandate, you can say, well, the people voted for this, and then you're forced to use those austerity measures. The people are going to grumble, and in hindsight, they're going in hindsight they're going to say, "Oh, now we see what you did," but it's already been done.
But it's been done. Okay, and two, there's the prevailing thing that the opposition seem disjointed and weak.
Where?
So
in this election?
Yes.
In our case, in our upcoming, it was in Barbados as well.
But do you think if we were to call elections now, Mr. McMahon, that the party that's in would stay intact in government?
I don't know.
I suspect that, and it's all conjecture. It's all speculation.
I don't know.
Right? Because really and truly, it's kind of far out if they want to call elections when they're due, right? Things can change pretty quickly in an election cycle. But as it is now, I suspect that even now, there may need to be another kind of a coalition in order for the incumbent to stay in power. I don't think it's a slam dunk that they'll win outright. Certainly not. That person who said they'll win seven seats or
no, they're gonna do a mere day. They're gonna do all 8 again.
So they'll do all 8 again.
Yeah.
They're being pretty optimistic. You should ask them what's the reason behind the optimism.
Even though I said I don't know who will win, I would say that is not likely. That projection there is not likely.
Yeah,
not with the climate that we have right now, all 8.
No,
Okay.
I doubt it. But again, I noticed there's some people who want to shut down another unity government.
When you say some people, what you mean, the electorate
Well,
or the parties themselves in terms of joining with
Parties
each other?
themselves, I've heard commentaries on it. Basically, discrediting the leadership of, for instance, the opposition, okay, against the current one. In my opinion,
I must join with him again. We done that. Don't bite us once. Hello.
Mr. McMahon, hold on, Cleo.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Cleo, go ahead. I guess Mr. McMahon wants to hear what you're saying.
No, yeah. Mr. Matthew was just talking about, I run into a thing where Dwyer was reading a letter that supposedly come from Sidney Osborne, saying that Pam must join with Tim. That snake bite us once already. Why would you want to join with that snake again? Number one, I don't agree with that.
I could
I
give you
hope
one
that's
reason.
not what they're planning on doing.
I could give
Because
you
number
one
one, in the
reason,
first
Cleo.
place, I was never for the first unity. At least not the way it went down. Because the way it went down the first time, Tim should have never got the position of prime minister because he only had one seat. Pam stayed here and let people, and it's a lot. The sad thing about it, it was Pam supporters that put in the leaders here. Yeah, make them feel like they're not confident enough or strong enough to hold the position or if they didn't give Tim the position of prime minister, people wasn't gonna vote for them. Tim needed Pam more than Pam needed Tim. And it was the Pam supporters who convinced them to do that foolish thing to let Tim be prime minister. Well,
Mr. McMahon wants to ask you a question, Cleo.
yeah, go ahead, Mr. McMahon.
Yes. Do you think that Pam has any chance of winning outright in the upcoming election? And you ask, why would they join again? As Dr. Kennedy Simmons said, our national hero said, it's much better to be in government than in opposition, part of a government than in opposition. So do you think that Pam stands any chance of winning next election? Right now, I just see things on the ground. Do you think they have any chance of winning next election on their own?
Well,
Because if your answer
honestly,
is no, if your answer is no,
Mr. McMahon, if you ask her the question, let her answer.
yeah, okay.
well, honestly, to say that they would win outright, I think it would be a fight. I think it would honestly be a fight because in the way how things are going, it's like, to me, they lost some of the strength that they used to have. I think when they joined with the election before with unity, they were strong then, and they let people convince them, like I said, to make them think they're so weak, like they cannot make it on their own. They had to join up with Tim. And even if they had joined up with Tim, they should have never given the position of prime minister. That was my qualm.
But Cleo, I don't believe that there will be a fight. Right now, honestly, Pam seems to be the weakest of all the parties.
Oh boy.
I mean, let's be real.
And that is sad.
Yeah.
Right. But Cleo, in those circumstances, right? Don't you think they would do something that at least would give them a shot at being in government again?
But even if they're going to do something, but if you already get once, you already took the snake once, put it in your bosom, and it bites you, you're going to pick it up and put it in your bosom again? Then
No,
the next time you have all right to kill you.
Cleo, I don't think they would settle this time for, this is my opinion again, they would settle for leadership by Harris. I don't think so. I think because his party, you say Pam is the weakest, I don't agree. I think PLP is the weakest.
You think so?
I think Harris personally might be strong, but that's he alone can't make up the party. Okay, I'm saying that if you were to do a real politics analysis, the only chance, okay, that they have in unseating Labour is some form of unity. And again, in my opinion, I mean, I don't like Dr. Harris as I mean, you know, I always used to criticize him because I didn't like the things he was doing and his style and so on. Okay, but if he's a politician, he knows how to do the retail politics more than practically anybody else there. And so his popularity will still be there. But I think he has too much baggage to return as prime minister. So if What I'm saying is,
Mr. McMahon, I disagree with you. I agree with Cleo to some extent, but, and here's it. If you say that you feel PLP is the weakest, but yet still you feel their leader is strong, tell me who and what faction of PAM you feel is strong. Here's my thing. They're both weak. All of the opposition is weak because the incumbent is the incumbent. But I don't hear, when have we heard anything really from the PAM apart from this he's consistent, and then there's Nubian, okay? Who else? The leader, I'm not hearing her in a way that is enticing the people. And if you speak to the people on the ground, if you go speak to the people on the ground, they're whispering and saying, Pam is dead. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
But Queen, they've been saying Pam is dead from ever since Pam. So you can't really go along with that. The thing is, right, for me, when at the end of the day, it's the people. And I'm going to say it without no water in my mouth. When it comes to Pam supporters, they're very wishy-washy and they easily be bought.
I would say I agree with you on that.
They're very wishy-washy and they can easily be bought. And
but
that
Cleo,
is the sad part
Cleo, the times before, let's look back in the days when Bratcher was there and Labour used to say, Pam is dead and Pam is this and that. That wasn't true. It was just them pushing their own rhetoric and their own propaganda. Because remember, but it is not this case now. Remember, during those times, even with Brasher, things had to go to court, and next thing you know, afterward, Simmons wins, but now Pam is in a weak position. There's no going around it. And I agree with you. It is because their people are. Look, you know how disappointed I was when I saw people who were elected on the PAM ticket jumping ship. Nothing is worse than that. So I hear you.
No, but hold on, Quinn. The thing is though, they jumped the PAM ship, but they are still opposed to the incumbent.
That is what, that is what weakened the unity. But that is what weakened the unity.
Right. So what I'm saying is, even though PAM may be weak, a combined opposition can put up a fight.
I agree.
And I'm saying that.
But who's going to lead?
If Harris is smart, right, he wouldn't push for the leadership of any new coalition that emerges. Okay, and as for Shani being weak, I agree with you. I can't imagine. You don't motivate people by being silent. She is far too silent.
But she just said something where she said they didn't agree or they have not signed anything when it comes.
Yeah, but that's once in a while. We need her to be consistent.
Not only is it not only is it once in a while, it is not what the ordinary person on the street want to hear. They want to hear about the bread and butter issues, not no party anything. Okay?
Right. And I agree with Mr. McMahon with that, because we on the radio every day. So they know the issue. You hear the issue.
Yes.
If you hear issue, take up that issue and run with that issue.
Of course. That is what opposition is supposed to do.
I supported that lady all during the time when she was campaigning. Where I lost confidence with her is after she got the post, how she has been representing it. As the old people say, the proof is in the pudding.
I think they probably think that in the fire analysis is what you do on the ground, talking to people one-on-one and that sort of thing. But people have to have, just like Motley, people have to have some idea that, you are confident, you're capable, you know the issues, you're going to deal with the issues.
Look,
you can't be just talking individually to people.
I'm about to take a commercial break, which is long overdue, right? But I'm gonna say this though. The opposition is in a bit of a quandary, right? Because The opposition has a lot to sift out. I'm a realist. I don't sugarcoat or beat round bushes. The opposition has got to determine how if they're gonna unite, which I agree with Mr. McMahon, that's the only way they stand a chance, because we don't see any other individual party coming up against Labour and winning. They must unite, and they must decide who is going to lead and start doing it as soon as possible.
For me, if they're gonna unite, Tim should not get no leader position as no prime minister. We've been there, done that, been bite already
So
by that.
who would you choose if they were to link up with Nevis again?
Let's take that break, and we will have to pick up this conversation.
Okay, all right, after the break.
Yeah.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
You can win more with the Mega Ball. Pick 3 and pick 4, you can get it all.
Yes, playing Pick 3 and Pick 4 with the Caribbean Lottery just got more rewarding. For just an extra $1, increase your winnings by $1,000 with Pick 3 and $10,000 with Pick 4 when you play the Mega Ball.
You ready to win a little extra? You ready to win a little extra? You ready to win a little extra? Then get on the ball.
Play Pick 3 and Pick 4 with Mega Ball at Caribbean Lottery agents island-wide. Must be 21 and over to play.
Come, build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers. We don't just sell materials, we help you build your dreams. Whether it's a new home, a renovation, or DIY project, we're here to make it happen. That's why we say, build with us. From foundation to finish, come to our stores where we have the best in building materials, hardware, tools, paints, expert advice, and more. Whatever you need, you can count on us. So if you're ready to get started, build with us. With Hostels Building and Nevis Centers, you're not just building a structure, you're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers today. Build with us at Hostels.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us.
TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind.
You're always safe with us.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum when me have in a me hand there. Here a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
And it's just about 51 minutes after the hour of 8. And I was, as Quinta said, I was doing a little research, and I see this is the second snap election that Miss Motley would have called and been successful at. And I was also basically reviewing what is a snap election, and then I know Quint and Cleo and Mr. McMahon would have mentioned it, but it says here a snap election is an election that is called earlier than one that has been scheduled. Snap elections in parliamentary systems are often called to resolve a political impasse, such as a hung parliament where no single political party has a majority of seats, when the incumbent prime minister is defeated in a motion of no confidence, and to capitalize on an unusual electoral opportunity or to decide a pressing issue. Snap elections are called under circumstances when an election is not required by law or convention. So as Quinty would have rightfully mentioned, with what is happening right now in the Caribbean, and because of how Mrs. Motley has been presenting herself, I guess her electorate saw it best that she be the one to speak up and fight for us during this time.
Yeah.
Because obviously, and Lord, please, y'all don't get me. Obviously, they don't think that the men are capable right now. Please don't get me. I just have to say what.
When you say make your statement, stop saying please don't get you. Just make your statement.
No, because
if they want to get you, they will.
They're gonna get me anyhow. But you know, that's just my what do you say? My precursor. Don't get me.
Well,
yeah, but
there's a caller. Hello.
Okay, caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T. Good morning.
Yeah, I was just going to finish my point, but the bottom line is with whether it's Barbados or anywhere else, they don't normally vote according to foreign policy, right? They vote according to how, if their lives are better or not. And if things were really bad in Barbados, I don't care how good she was on the international stage, she would have lost.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
I agree with you too. I agree with you because it comes down to the people's bread and butter and how they feel.
Normally, that's what it comes down to. That's what most voters would, in the fair analysis, determine how they vote. If they feel they have not been well off, they're not going to vote for you.
Okay.
But to the point of Shani and Pam and the opposition and so on, they have issues. There are issues that they can run on, okay? Because really and truly, I'm beginning to realize now that for some reason there is no change in direction on how the governments operate here, whether it's PAM, Labour, or whatever else, PLP or
Hold a second, there's another caller. Hello, caller.
Hi, good morning, good morning.
Come back?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Yeah, I was saying, I tuned in late, but regarding what y'all was saying about the PLP answer, right? I agree with Mr. McMahon in terms of PLP, the leader is strong. Because if you look at the whole competition of PLP in terms of the supporters, it's really PAM people.
Yeah,
like Sharpans would say, it's PLP, it's PAM and Labour people, and to go back again, I don't know. I don't think I would want to do that. Like, you know, as a clear said, once beaten, twice shy. I think, in my opinion, I'm of the view that the PLP leader should just call it a day and done with the politics. That's just my humble view.
Oh, boy. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, caller.
Yes, yes. To be quite honest, I would have liked if all the old guards had just exited politics because
but hear this, Mr. McMahon. I hear what you're saying, you know, but practically all the old guards have kind of gone away in this present regime that is in power. It's mainly the new guards.
Yeah,
and what is happening?
Are they?
How many of them are still old guards?
It's mainly, listen to my wording, it's mainly the new guards.
Yeah, most of it, if you realize.
And what are they doing?
But if you realize, one, they seem to take mentorship from the old guys, whether they're new or not.
So then, Mr. McMahon, your argument kind of loses ground there, because if you're saying all the old guards should go, but the young guards are looking to the old ones for advice,
and they can't go.
What?
Because where are they going to get the advice from?
No. It gives them room to breathe. It gives them room for their own.
I disagree
with all advice?
I disagree with you.
No. That's what I'm saying. If the old guard goes, and then the new ones don't have to be looking over their shoulder. Like
they didn't have to be looking. But they did not have to be looking over their shoulder. They should not have to be. Look, let me say this. I've often said this, and I say it because I want people to understand. I am 66 years old. Even now, when I'm on the radio, when I speak, I know a lot of people don't like what I say, but I don't sit here and tell lies. You know, I tell the truth. I make that point because ever since I was young, go back and speak to my teachers. You understand? Go back and speak to when I was in ZIZ, right? I was in ZIZ, a permanent secretary came up there and picked me out of everyone else and tried to castigate me. You understand? I stood up on my own. After he left, my co-workers said, boy, Quint, you're going to lose your job. I didn't lose my job. You understand? As a matter of fact, for the first time, everyone who was there, who were working, who were unappointed, because that was my gripe. You understand? Here I'm working in your system. I'm qualified and you're keeping me unappointed. No, I was young with ambition and I was pushing for that. The election that came up, all of us who were unappointed got appointed. You understand? Here's my point. If you're young and you know what you want and you're dynamic, you don't wait for any old leader to tell you. You know what you want. And these don't seem to know what they want. That is why the old leaders have to give them advice.
It's not just that, Quinn. The fact of the matter is that the old guard often have a lot of support still in the party. Not only that.
So who's to blame for that?
If you look at the appointments, a lot of the appointments that are made, it's older people. It's people who were there from before. So how do you expect things to really change?
Let's use Mayor Motley as an example. She came into her party as a young person. I heard her, this is why I said sometimes I question, because the person who was in the leadership said he supported her, he nominated her. From the time she got in, she practically took over the party.
Yeah, bad enough.
Right. No, that makes a difference. But do you see that in our...
but that is what I'm saying.
Nobody has done it yet.
Right. I've heard, for instance, that before now, some kind of reshuffling should have been made so that by the Prime Minister to show that he is in fact in charge. The impression one gets is that everybody does in all the ministries, all the ministers essentially do what they wish, and he provides more coordination than leadership. That's the impression I think people get of his, maybe it's his leadership style.
But there's another side to it that people don't want to touch, and maybe in a realist I'm going to touch it. They fear his charisma. Don't take it from the man, right? They fear his charisma, one. And it's all up to him, because I blame him to some extent. They also fear the potential that if he gets a second chance, he might prove everybody wrong. That's another fear that they have, right? Here's another thing too. That last caller said most of the people over there on his side are Pam. What does that say about Pam? When most of your people abdicate you and go over to him.
It says, yes, I agree. It says, but it strengthens my point that they went over not to the St. Nevis Labour Party, but to a then opposition party in the PLP as well.
But why do that? But why do that?
Because remember what we're talking about, Quinn. We're talking about an election in which it's not going to be like a Barbados where it's a clean sweep. We are looking at an election where we're not sure of the outcome.
And you know why? And you know why we are not sure. And you know why? And you know why we are not sure? Because we do not have the kind of strength of parties, individual parties, as you had before. Because
that's true.
Because here's you just said they moved from because they wanted to go on the other side, but they were still in opposition. But here's where they made a mistake. Numbers, you understand? If you move from a party where you had 2 strong parties or 3 strong parties and you weaken one of those parties and now only have 2 parties, what happens to the numbers in terms of calling a coalition? You see, that is the problem. That is the problem. They did not take into account the numbers. So now you have Pam is weak. And here's another thing too. Pam is partly to blame also, because from the time they started to see certain things going a certain way that they perceived as negative for the Pam party, Here was Mr. Man over the waters, Mr. Mark Brantley, who was weighing his options and who wasn't really dedicated to the unity either. Because I heard him say, and this is why I had to backtrack and not support him the way and have confidence in him the way I had before. I heard him say during that time he came down and sat down with Mr. Denzel Douglas and tried to hash out an agreement. You never heard him say that?
Somebody talk about snakes?
You understand?
Well,
Everybody is blaming PLP and
Sean
and the leader of PLP,
Timothy.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's blaming Timothy, and nobody's looking at. And Mark, you have to give him credit. He does, and he's doing it now too. You know, because with this thing with the SSZ, you notice what he's doing now. He's saying Kitishans don't want us to get what we need. The man is good at playing both sides.
I don't like to use good in that sense, right?
Cunning.
And yes, rebellion and ruthless.
With all
and
that,
all
with,
of those things.
with all that they were
I
going
don't
through.
associate those things with good.
With all that they were going through, the vote of no confidence and blah 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 with Mr. Denzel Douglas. This man said he was trying to negotiate with him. So what does that tell you?
But even now he's a divisive thing in the Labour Party, in the sense that some Labour supporters remember how he used to really go after Labour supporters.
Yeah.
And I don't think they've quite forgiven him. And as a
No,
result of that,
the older ones have not.
even though Dr. Joe might want some rapprochement with him, there are elements in the party that don't like it one bit.
But
okay,
don't.
But you know what would change things, Quinn? If you remember when Sir Kennedy, I quoted him already, saying that it's better to be in government than in opposition, right? You remember when he said, don't bring Tim? Okay? What would change things is if he got up now and said, and said that he basically reversed what his position was and said that a coalition is necessary. That would bring back some.
But isn't that obvious, Mr. McMahon? Why should I hear what you're saying? But why should someone have to come and tell you what is obvious?
Because he has his stature.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I said I hear you. But again, it shows lacking and the lack of spine and fortitude in this younger set. They should see the obvious and work on it.
The younger set is all we have, you know. That is our problem. That's the quandary.
That is true.
Right?
But
we have no good choices.
When I'm speaking here and you're speaking here, here's the mistake the younger set might make. They might think that we're trying to pull them down. What we're trying to do is to give them some rough words for them to wake up and take the onus on themselves. You understand? That is what we're doing. But it seems as if our children feel that they can do wrong and they must do wrong, and because they are our children and we love them, we are supposed to just smile and this is why next thing you know we hear, oh, your son is dead, or because we smile and we allow them to do things that we know are wrong. And so we see the trajectory of the parties, and we are the elders. Yes, we want them to take the mantle, but how are they going to take it if we don't tell them to get up off their butts and do something and be aware of the seriousness of going forward?
Yeah, it's a little too super politics right now. As far as the young people are concerned, in my opinion, it seems too superficial.
Look,
it's why so many of them seem like they're just opting out.
You know why? Because
in the serious
and it brings us back to that Bad Bunny performance, right? Because the young people feel, for whatever reason, a lot of them, I'm going to go back to that song that the young Jamaican was singing about, he rather to be rich and dumb than to be dumb and
bright
poor.
And broke.
Okay? Yeah.
Bright and broke.
Yeah. And this is the quandary they find themselves in. No one seems to have whispered in his ear, and he's not smart enough to understand that when you're rich and dumb, the money that you got, you just lose it just like that.
Because
That
people
is
could
why.
thief from you and you don't know
That
what's
is why
going on.
Nicki Minaj find herself in the position that she's in. All the millions that she made, and now she's pandering to someone for whatever reason. Read between the lines.
Yeah,
You
'cause
understand?
she owes
and,
money.
And Bad Bunny I'm gonna play a clip. We're gonna take a break. I'm gonna play a clip, and it tells you, look, this man, he's a militant, you know. I did some research on the man. The man knows his history, and the man is in your face with it. Everything
Quint,
that he.
But Quint, answer me one question though.
Yeah.
Why do you think that the young people now, including the younger ones in government and opposition, are more educated but less savvy politically? They're supposedly more educated, huh?
Yes, they are. Not supposedly. They are downright more educated.
They have more doctorates than
so
the
you
doctors.
think that they're the better capable?
But here's the problem, Mr. McMahon. I've been saying it all the time, and nobody's been listening to me. It's that comfort level. They have reached a point where they can now buy the car, they can get the bling, they can travel when they want, and so they forgot the backs upon whose shoulders they rode to get there, so that they, look at for instance Nubian, who was here, and I asked him the question about the importance of going to Cuba, and you know what he said? I wouldn't have been able to do that. Look at the people who were going there, poor people, and now this is why I am where I am today. You understand? Look at Nubian today. Upright, upstanding, intelligent. Young men want to look up and be like him. Why? You know, you check his name, Nubian. You know the significance of that name? His parents didn't just give him that name, you know. His parents were in your face when they gave him that name. And this is what I'm saying. We cannot allow this comfort level that you've got, that you get so comfortable in it that people start using you, and next thing you know, you're back in servitude again.
Yeah, and that is exactly what. But to be fair though, it's something that has been there all the time. I mean, when somebody gonna come to you and say, I want your vote for such and such, and give you such and such, that's slavery, you know.
That is what it
You're
is.
being enslaved again.
And
Mr. It is true.
And to further it, Mr. McMahon, when they do that, then they reserve the right to just do things without telling you, because they've already bought you.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, they buy somebody for the drink. They buy some for the $500 maybe.
Yeah.
And basically what you're doing there is saying that you worth this, you worth that, you worth more.
Yeah, that's why I say they bought you.
Absolutely degrading.
Yeah.
And but say it again, right? It is something that is going on still, and it is unfortunate that politicians still do it, that none of them, well, I shouldn't say none of them, because that makes it seem as if all of them doing it. But a lot of them feel this is what it takes to win, and I'm going to do it regardless. And that is why I say, and I keep my mantra. I had it before, and I keep it, right? The only way that you'll get change if you keep changing until you get that change that you want. Otherwise, what you'll be doing is rewarding the people who perpetuate in the status quo.
Yeah,
that's the only way it happens.
I'm going to take a commercial break.
Okay.
Mr. McMahon, we're going to get a lot of flack, but I'm going to take it. I don't make apologies because the lines are open and people. I engage with you because I can have a good conversation and we can differ and we can have heated. if anyone out there want to be a part of the debate, call in.
Like I said,
when you
overseas line.
yeah, when you don't call and I am engaged with someone like Master McMahon and a few others who I can have a good debate with, I'm going to entertain them. Or else what I'm going to do, what me and Cortez are going to do, just be here talking to each other all the time? You're out there, and this again, Mr. McMahon speaks to why we're in the quandary that we're in. That comfort level has put them in a position where they cannot even speak their minds. They're afraid of what people will say. And that is why I just said to Cortensia, when you're going to make your point, don't tell them don't come and get you. Stop doing it.
That's just my disclaimer.
Let's take that bit of a commercial break and we'll be coming back.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us.
TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind.
You're always safe with us.
This Valentine's Day, give the gift everyone really wants. Relaxation with Valentine's vouchers from the Chop Shop Salon and Spa. Celebrate Valentine's, Galentimes, or just treat someone who's always got your back. Literally, we've got you covered. Choose a 45-minute couples full body massage for $2.95, an hour-long couples massage for $3.95, or our couples pedicure pampering for $1.99, a guaranteed favorite. Vouchers are on sale February 1st to 15th, valid until March 31st, VAT included. Visit us at Port Zante, Frigate Bend near the Marriott, or Nevis next to Hartsville. WhatsApp 869-667-7243 to book today.
Come, build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers. We don't just sell materials, we help you build your dreams. Whether it's a new home, a renovation, or a DIY project, we're here to make it happen. That's why we say, build with us. From foundation to finish, come to our stores where we have the best in building materials, hardware, tools, paints, expert advice, and more. Whatever you need, you can count on us. So if you're ready to get started, build with us. With Hostels Building and Nevis Centers, you're not just building a structure, you're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers today. Build with us at Hostels.
Hey kids, it's chubby time. I have to go to school and learn and play with my friends too. Every day it's fun day, cause I love my chubby chubby. Chubby, 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 chubby. Lots of flavors for me to choose. Every day they keep me cool. It fits my handmade just for me. Everybody loves chubby. Chubby, 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 chubby. Every day is fun day. Chubby.
And we're back on Island T. It's just about 16 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock in the a.m. And as we continue along, I know you mentioned the young man's name.
Yeah, I want to play a clip.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This it tells you, right, that some young people in this day and age are aware of their history, and it takes a hell of a strong person with firm conviction to do what he did and be successful at it.
Tim, I want to ask, as someone who knows about Bad Bunny and has obviously been very familiar with him, what is his message? Is it more in line with, say, for example, a Public Enemy, or some of those lyrics that are attached to, yeah, I'm making a lot of money, but my people are hoes and sluts and, you know, shoot me, kill me, and lock me up, you know what I mean, in service to stereotypes? As someone who understands Bad Bunny, what is his message?
Part of the clarity of Bad Bunny, as I'm sure we can appreciate in some other artists like Public Enemy and a couple other folks, is that they choose their front line and they stick to it. That Bad Bunny's first and foremost line has been about uplifting Puerto Rico, its economy, its people, right? For folks that don't know, Bad Bunny, and last year, instead of going on a world tour, decided to have a Puerto Rican residency where he did 30 shows at Puerto Rico and made sure that if you were a Puerto Rican citizen, then you had the right to be able to get tickets at a lesser price than an American who flies into Puerto Rico to watch the show. It was beautiful. It generated over $400 million for the Puerto Rican economy. And this is true, Brother Jeff. Every year, because of the United States' occupation of Puerto Rico and its extraction from its economy, Puerto Rico is in debt to the United States every single year. It has for the last 80 years, similar to how Haiti has to pay reparations to the French, right? And for the first time last year, because of Bad Bunny's residency, Puerto Rico did not owe the United States money because he made so much money for the local economy and the tax infrastructure. They were able to stabilize themselves. And it's really important because he's dedicated to making sure that the narrative and liberation of Puerto Rico is first, foremost, and center. When we think about the songs that he sang a song called the El Apagón, which is when they were on the light poles and they came down. That's in reference. You should watch the music video to anybody watching to El Apagón. It's because it specifically talks about the Luma infrastructure, which is a single privately owned electricity grid owned by a company in Texas that operates 100% of the electricity in Puerto Rico. And in 2017, when Hurricane Maria came, the island was on a power outage for weeks, and a United States company did not go in to fix it. The president flew to Puerto Rico and threw paper towels at the people, right? Like, and so it's a deep critique of not only just the privatization of what should be a public resource like something for electricity, but specific to Puerto Rico, that it should not be a foreign United States single corporation that governs the electricity of a place that these people don't live. The second half of the Apagón video is about Act 22, Charter 42, which deal directly with the gentrification of Puerto Rico. So many white people like Logan Paul and Jake Paul, all these people are going because Puerto Rico is a tax haven. You don't pay federal taxes when you own property in Puerto Rico, but if you are from Puerto Rico and you buy a property, you pay federal taxes. So it's a tax haven for people to move in. And it's gentrified Latino neighborhoods. Puerto Rican kids can't go to public schools. All these other pieces, it's destabilizing their economy. Bad Bunny committing to Puerto Rican liberation is clear in him flying the Independentista flag, and clear how he's talking about what I would label Pan-Americanism, about all of the American continent coming together, about critiques of the Fuera Luma protests, and specifically the Luma energy grid that has caused blackouts in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, the man is in your face. The man knows. Imagine one artist, one individual raising over $400 million. And for the first time, his country, Puerto Rico, you know, his economy is not in debt. Which for 80 years, every year they have been in debt. And this speaks to what we want our young people to do. Don't go up there and sing about you rather be rich and dumb. Because if he was rich, he's rich, but he's not dumb. And you see what he's doing with his riches? When you're rich and dumb, it goes just like that, bam. And people look at you down the line and say, you see him, you see her, she was so-and-so, she had money, look at her now. Huh? This is what we're saying to you young people. And again, it shows the things that you've been putting your emphasis on. Here's to the Minister of Arts and Entertainment. You see what that one bit of art and entertainment, who would have thought that an artist singing could generate for his country $400 million? Stop thinking we're putting all our eggs in one basket. The SSZ and the citizenship by investment. You have your biggest asset is your people.
But look at this, right? Before becoming famous, Bad Bunny, and his real name is Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio. He worked as a bagger and a cashier at the Econo supermarket in Vega Baja, Puerto Rico. However, while working there in 2016, he was also a student at the University of Puerto Rico, studying audiovisual communication, recording music, and uploading songs to the SoundCloud. So he was getting an education.
And you hear what he was getting an education in? And a lot of parents tell their children, the children say, I want to be a singer, I want to be an singer. No, you don't do that. Tell me what doctor or lawyer would have been able to make that kind of revenue. You understand? No, I'm not saying that doctors and lawyers are not good, but we're oversaturating the place with just doctors and lawyers, and we want engineers. Nubian said it.
Yeah.
We want people skilled in different things. And I was speaking to my youngest daughter Sunday, because occasionally she might want me to help her to do something. She's lifting up putting some new legs on a particular bed. I go and I help her, okay? And I'm speaking to her, and I have this new drill set that I bought, and I show her, and I said, the last time I was here, you saw the red one, but this is the blue one. And she says, Daddy, sell me that one. I say, yeah, sell? Since when I don't sell you anything? I told her, I'll give it to you, but what you're going to have to do is to order the battery for it. And she says, yeah, well, that's no problem, because I just sold one of my paintings, right? And I say, yeah? She said, yeah, I just sold one of my paintings for $800. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? You sell a painting for $800? And she's working otherwise, huh? I remember some years ago when I looked at my daughter, when I realized she was doing art. And I said to her, I said, Ebony, I didn't know you were interested in art. I didn't know you could do art, but you're good. I said, well, where you got it from? And she looked at me and she said, Daddy, I got it from you. She said, when I get up in the night and I see you drawing, I tell myself I could do that too. So she's self-taught, just like me. And she's good. I mean, imagine you're selling. You know how hard it is to make $800? You're working every day, you're making up. So I say that to say there's a lot of talent in different factions.
But it's because the kids, as Nubian rightfully said too, we don't, basically we're not letting people know that these areas are available, these professional areas or these professions are available, and you can pursue them here or pursue them there. Everybody just know doctors and lawyers and accountants make money, so that's what they throw themselves into. They don't think that if there's something else, because they stand out in that area, that they can make the money too. And then people come in and...
But here's I hear you, and I agree, but here's another side of it. Young people, you must also know what you want. You must also look at life around you. Stop following your peers, because your peers usually don't want to see you succeed. It's a sad thing to say, but it's the truth, right? My mother didn't want me to be an engineer. My mother wanted me to be either a doctor or a lawyer. But I am always been a stubborn person, and I rebel against everything my mother. If my mother tell me the sky is blue, I tell her it's red. You understand? Because my mother wanted to raise me in a way that it was more like I was under her wing. And I didn't want to be under her wing. I wanted to be a man, a young man, you understand? And so I rebelled against. So I said that to say, young men, even though you might have a so-called single parent as your mother, this is why a lot of young men are lacking today. Those single mothers carry certain resentments against a lot of the fathers. You understand? And a lot of them tend to take it out on the young men. And the young men go through life with a lot of self-doubt. Young men, you've got to find ways to look into yourself and determine who you are. That is what I did. So no one could tell me I would this and I would that. A lot of the young men are coming out now, and they're more feminine than masculine, because they watch, and the mothers, no problem, but the mothers look after their daughters. They push their daughters because they see themselves in their daughters. But who do the sons see? And the sons look at their mothers and their mother and their sisters, and they envy the kind of relationship they have. You understand? And unknowing to the sons, psychologically, they buy into that. And they naturally become more feminine, not being aware of it, you know. And this is why fathers out there, be in your children's lives, especially your sons. They want someone to look up to. You understand? I don't have to come on radio and tell you these things, you know, but I say them because I learned the hard way. I learned from them.
Exactly.
Yeah? Hello, caller.
Good morning. You're live in LNT.
Good morning, everybody. And greetings once more in Jesus Christ's name, the only Savior of sinners from their sins and from hell, and the second person of the eternal Trinity. Now, let me say this. You all have been speaking about the local politics. Now, first of all, let me say I do not vote, and I will not be voting. The last time I voted was 93.
Shameful.
Well, I thank God for it all.
But you're not helping make an informed decision on who leads the country, so that's not good.
Well, to me, none. But to me, first of all, I consider the whole system to be unbiblical,
That's why I
sinful,
tell you
evil,
need to
and
run
wicked.
so you can make it better. But you are not taking up that feat.
Now, I consider the whole election system in and of itself to be contrary to the Bible. That's not how leaders were elected in the made leaders in the Bible. I consider the and the way the voting system, it really divides us, cause all kind of animosity. I got to be speaking against you and you speaking and all that sort of stuff. Even in the churches, the divisions and animosity have reached, which is very shameful. So yes, I thank God for it all. But let me say this. Let me say this. As an outsider speaking, I have been in the inside, now I'm on the outside, okay? And as an outsider speaking, you all were talking about the weakness of the opposition. But first of all, let me say to those who are in the government, it doesn't matter how much things you do, how much laws you pass in the parliament and all those sort of stuff, how much you go overseas to do it and all that sort of stuff. As I've said in the past, if you are not making a positive impact in bringing down the cost of living and having, as a result, the standard of living to increase, no matter what all else you do, including how much laws you pass in the parliamentary, I believe you're going to be losing votes. And losing votes continually, because the cost of living is where the bread and butter issue lies mostly. Okay? And that is what I think people look.
Hold a second if you don't mind, Greg, and let me see if I can engage this other caller. Hello, caller.
Good morning again, guys. It's me. No, good. I listened to the tape that you just played,
You're
right?
sounding very muffled. You're sounding very muffled.
Oh, can you hear me better?
Better, yeah.
Okay. I listened to the tape that you just played, and let me say kudos to Bad Bunny for what he have done for his economy in his country, because, and I mean, no wonder they have such a problem with him.
Yeah, no?
Because he see the need in his country, and he's doing something about it. I mean, listen to what you said. Because of him, the country didn't have to pay out to the U.S. They actually didn't owe. For once, they didn't owe.
Yeah,
I mean,
imagine
kudos
that.
to him for that.
Imagine that.
I know. Kudos to him. And you know, when you play it, I say, wow. That's the word came to my mouth, wow. So sometimes you see people, you don't know them.
That's it.
I don't know his music. I don't understand his music, but you see what he's saying in his music is what he's living.
And Cleo, that is why I said some days ago that the blacks in the United States who are, he put up, we don't want to see the flag, and we can't understand the language. That is why I call them house Negroes, you understand? Because they don't know their history, you understand? How could you see somebody doing that? You see cane fields and that kind of, okay, so you don't understand the language, but you can't see? You see lampposts,
right.
and you see,
try and understand.
You understand, but you don't. If you had seen, open your eyes to see, you would see that history relates to the history of your foreparents. Go ahead, Cleo.
Right. And as you talk about history, I saw an experiment right on Facebook, and I had to say, you know, some of the things they say sometimes when it pertaining to Caucasian and us. Sometimes I can understand where Queen come from. Now I saw this experiment where he had a black man. He put on a glasses, act like he's blind, and he'll walk up and hold somebody's hand, hoping that that person will lead him.
Yeah.
Now he went up and every white person hand he just walk up to and hold. Not one of them leading.
Mm-hmm.
And then he put a white man now, so it's two of them, he and a white man.
Yeah.
Going up to people. The white man went up to black people, and every black hand that white man hold, the black person leading.
Yeah.
I said, no wonder we our kindness is our detriment.
It's our detriment. Yeah. Yeah.
I said, look at how we show love just like that.
Yeah.
We look back, the people look back, but when they realize, okay, he has on glasses and he's supposed to be blind, they lead him. They let him continue to hold their hand and lead him. But when the black man did it, all the white people push him away. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
We really have love in our heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, God. Anyway, I'll call back.
Okay.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Greg, go ahead.
Yes, so I was saying, if the cost of living is going up, and no matter what you in government do, once the cost of living is going up under you, you're going to be losing votes. And don't come and lie and say you can't do nothing about it. It is all outside influences. There's nothing you could do domestically about it, because that is a lie, and people ain't going to take it. People ain't going to be fooled like that. At least some people. No. For the opposition now, you said that they're weak, and don't forget Burl and Welcome putting up themselves too.
No, Burl's not in the race.
Yeah,
Welcome
Burl had
still is.
dropped out.
Yeah, Burl's not in the race.
Okay. Well, don't forget Welcome trying his hat as well. So what I'm saying that concerning the opposition, the reason why you think they're weak and that sort of stuff, okay, is because there's a lot of controversies and there's a lot of issues that you don't know where the party stands on officially, let alone be speaking out officially on those positions like what we have in news now with Cuba, Venezuela, and you name it, and the other things that the U.S. are doing, like telling people you got to send home the Cuban doctors and all them sort of stuff. What is the opposition official stances and these things? What are they saying publicly and concerning these things and that sort of stuff? You don't know.
Well, yesterday I was listening to, right here in our studios, one of my other colleagues, Flames, was here on his stint, and he had up the PLP's, whatever they had. I think it was a convention. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're listening to the different factions, the different people speaking, and I heard parts where Mr. Timothy Harris spoke also, and he spoke about some of the things. I was surprised that he touched some of the things in terms of what we will have to do in the future, dealing with the kind of stance and position that the United States is taking and that kind of stuff. And I was a bit impressed. Now, say one, you say two, though. When you're in opposition, it is all well and good. You can say, as I have often said, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in when you become the incumbent. Oppositions have a way of saying what people want to hear, but when they become the incumbent, so it's left to be seen. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, it left to be seen, but once you're in opposition, people need to at least know where you stand. And the show, for example, the Honorable Harris, did he condemn what America has been doing to these places?
Yeah, he said it's unfair, and I'm not going to try to speak for him. Go back and listen to that and hear what he said. Hear some of that.
Okay.
I was a bit surprised because usually they tend to don't go there, They tend to leave those things alone. So I was thinking to myself, well, boy, Timo, you're brave, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
What about Pam now?
Well, that is the problem. I don't know. I don't know these things.
Well, I got Nubian to speak on us losing what would losing the scholarship meant, and he even put in points if he was in that position what he would have done.
Yeah, he did.
So that you might have to listen to as well, because I'm not going to say anything wrong that he said.
I heard him to a certain degree yesterday, but to me he was speaking more of his personal opinion.
That's the impression I got too. Not so
Right.
much. Yes, he's a part of the PAM faction, but he was speaking on his personal, behalf. So, yeah.
Yes. And not only that, for example, I think he was the leader of PAM some time ago, okay? Who went in a supermarket. She bought some stuff to show you, the cost of living. Where the supermarkets are concerned and you're buying food from them and that sort of stuff. To me, in my opinion, that was a good thing.
It was her who she did that. She did that too. I know Sean went into Parliament and did that. I don't.
Sean, yes, but I think it was her. If she videotaped it.
Okay, so then that's
but
good.
That was a good while back.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah. No, the problem now, that I think was good, but the problem now is that there should have been follow-ups.
Yeah, that's what
we're
saying. Consistency, yeah.
The last time and how and the cost in the present to make a comparison of how much the inflation is going up where the supermarkets are concerned.
Yeah.
Just once ain't good enough.
No, I agree. And look, I want to vouch for her, but just like the example I was using with my children, I may want to vouch for my children, but I can only vouch for them when I see they have potential, when I see they're doing something. If they're going to sit in a corner and do nothing, what am I going to do? Run out there and say, that's my son, that's my daughter, and they're doing nothing? Sitting? No.
Right.
You have to be doing something, and then the people will follow behind you.
Right. Not only that, you need to, for example, I know Azad have his program. I think Nubian might have his program. I ain't too sure about that.
Yes, as far as I know, he has a program.
But the opposition parties need to have, for example, again, the radio programs, the media programs.
Well, I'm going to say this. A lot of them complain that they don't have the money, and that again makes me scratch my.
You got to be every week.
That again makes me scratch my head because, I mean, you want to tell me.
It has to be every week.
You want to.
It could be once in 2 weeks.
I hear you. That's what I'm saying. And you want to tell me, this is something I can't understand. You were in power, and you often find this. It is true that the incumbent always has, you can't come up against the incumbent because they have the coffers of the treasury. You understand?
Yes.
The taxes and everything. But here's what I'm saying. You've been in opposition. You went into opposition knowing it would be an uphill battle, okay? You need to get your faction together in such a way that you have certain individuals who are going to finance you so that when you reach the top and you succeed, well, okay, these people help me. There's a bad side to that too, because people might say, okay, well, they help you and then they make demands. It's again up to you. They can help you, but what kind of demands will they make? Don't let them make foolish demands and, you're still in control. So here's what I'm saying. So you're in opposition. You won. You were in Parliament as leader for some years. But you want to tell me soon as you lose, you don't have any money? So you want stocking up money? That's the impression we get with all of them. So when a person comes now, and look back over the years, you might hear certain names. There was a particular person who was a Calypsonian, and he's long gone, and you used to hear the shushu that back in the day he used to help finance, the Labour Party and so on and so forth. And this is what you hear, and I'm wondering, so why is it that the party don't have an account or set up things in a way so that when the hard times come?
That's a good question.
And then you want to lead a country? People don't do the maths. This is why I say to young people, go out there and get versed and intelligent in different ways. When you go, and then again, it comes down to common sense. Because when you have a certain level of common sense, then the people who are purporting to lead you will not be doing this nonsense and getting away with it. If my thing is, if you were in a political party leadership and then you become opposition, do your finances in a way so that the next coming election you have monies to run.
Yes.
We know you're not going to be able to compete with the incumbent, but if you can't do that, then you're in a position to say you're going to run the country.
Right. But not only that, Quinton. As opposition, you're supposed to be continually having protests on issues that the people care about.
Yeah.
Rallies. You're supposed to be having continual rallies.
But we speak about protests, but are we going to go out behind these persons when they do have protests? Because sometimes it's just them alone out there. And we don't go out in our numbers. I've watched protests and I've seen it's just the three maybe politicians and then a few people behind them. Not much. But
but what I'm saying, you're correct. But what I'm saying though, if people see the party out there with their members out there, okay, even though they might not got much people behind them, once the people see the parties out there rallying and rooting for what they care about as the people, okay, all of that is going to win support for you. In other words, you continually being in the people's face.
Yes, you have to do
fighting for them, fighting for the issues that they care about. You're going to be winning. You're going to be winning support.
And you know, one of the things that they used to do, and only the Nevis aspect I see doing it, they would have breakfast, they would have this, they would have different things, and when a holiday is coming up, they go to they say bring your children to certain things, and then people support you. And then when you're having something, people contribute. But when you're just there, you're doing nothing, and then you're just you expect people to just
why you do something.
Yeah, you expect people going to support you when, as Greg is saying, you're not in their face, you're not there showing them that you care. Because sometimes, again, when you do things with the children, right? Sometimes the children, as much as they're small, they can't vote. They influence things, you know. Because when the children say, "But mommy, I went to this thing, and Pama, Labour, whoever had this, and I saw my friend of you playing in the park, and the mother looks at her child, and she thinks, and the father, and she said, "Wow, boy, you know." I said, boy, next time when they hear Pama, they say, boy, I remember my daughter went to the thing. Yeah. Let me put in a little $5 there. You understand? There's a psychology to the thing.
Yes. Yes. And that is what these oppositions, these politicians, they do. To me, they're looking for, like, let's say, as it's been said in the past, you know, the government to make some kind of big mistake.
Yeah, that's
so that
what
they can capitalize on it. And waiting until when election call.
Or they're like the church, you know. The church feels that just because they're the church, you're supposed to just come in and put money in their plate, in their collection plate, and then you don't see none of that trickling back in your society. You understand?
You're correct.
You see the church and its pastor, they come in dressing skimpy situ things, and then when you make a hoopla about it, people have. You remember that picture you showed, Cartensia, with the woman dressed in the situ thing, and you remember? This is what they do with your money.
Yeah, the pastor's wife.
They take your money, they live lavish lives, and you're not supposed to say anything about it, because if you say anything about it, they bring up the God factor. You understand? This ain't about God, this is about you. So,
but Quint, I must honestly say that I think people like, let's say, Antioch Baptist Church and so on, they do things for people in the community, with all due respect, buy books and do things for school children.
That's
and
good. That's
give
good.
To the sponsor, but
that there are few.
There are few, right?
Yeah.
But it seems to me the vast majority of them,
that's what I'm speaking to.
They don't. But come back to the topic though. The politicians, I don't know who advising them. They're too lazy, what? But these are things and other things that I have that name as well that you're supposed to be continually doing. Not just on election time. You're supposed to be building the momentum from him out of quote unquote the election season,
That's
building the
right.
momentum to come into the election season.
That's a big point. That's a big point. Hold it. There's another caller.
Yeah.
Good morning, Brother Quinn. Good morning.
Let Greg finish his point so he can
Yeah,
answer.
let me finish it, Maida. I think one of the reasons why people were so strongly behind Mia, okay?
Yeah.
Is because she is very plain and outspoken and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I think she draw a lot of support because of her outspokenness. But like I said, is, for example, opposition here on issues, many issues that you need to know where they stand, and including international issues, you don't know where they stand.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, for
Officially
instance,
speaking, me talking about one or two person come and giving their own opinion, talking about the party officially speaking.
you're right.
And the official stand.
Like that female over there on Nevis who, when she was asked a question, she said, "No, I didn't vote for Trump. I did, but Trump is affecting you, though." You understand?
Definitely.
And this is why you can go across the internet and pick up clips after clip of Mia Motley in international forums, in front of international media, and she tells them what she has to say.
And it draws people towards you too.
Yep.
It draws supporters towards you.
Yeah.
I don't, but our politicians are not politically savvy. I don't know what advising them are. They're just being later a coward and all that. You know, they need to pull up their socks. And I'm talking as an outsider looking in.
Yeah.
Because I was in there too at one time. But anyway, thank you, Quinn.
Okay.
And Carton said, God bless you all.
Yeah.
Same to you, Greg. Go ahead,
Good
Mr.
day.
Welcome.
Yes, good morning once again. Good morning, Greg. Sometime I kind of think you are a little over the top. But let me get to my point. And we were just speaking about leaders and election and candidates. Now, just like you said, Brother Clint, the incumbent will have the money to fund their campaign and to do whatever they want. The new candidates might be stagnant, or the opposition, like, well, I wouldn't even mention that because I know he has money, would opposition might find it very difficult to finance their campaign. But saying one, say two, I'm going to tell you this. The tradition has mashed us up in terms of having money to run an election. I know you need administrative assistance and people who will be helping if the cause might need some kind of support. But I'm going to tell my thing. I am not running on no money because I am not into no bribery. I am not into anything of quid pro quo. We're doing this for our country. And every citizen who think they have something to offer to the Federation, jump in as long as you are qualified. Okay? Not because I'm here in the United States. I'm not going to do any quid pro quo. I'm doing it for my country, and I will stand that way. So if one may think I have money to fund and pay for this and pay for that, that's not going to happen. The most I can do is convince my people, because they know right from wrong, they know the difficulties they are being through, and they know the promises that was made and not fulfilled. So why not make a change and give, if you want to call the underdog, a chance? Because these incumbents, they have messed us up and they have failed us. They have fooled us already. So why give them a chance again?
But let me ask you a question, though. Let me ask you a question.
yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
Any question you need to ask me.
I hear what you're saying. But should they just give you a chance just because you come and you say they messed up? And shouldn't you have some potential? Shouldn't you show something? Shouldn't you represent something that gives them a sense of confidence that, okay, we're going to give you a try? Or should they just blindly just give you a try because things are seeming bad and next thing you know it winds up worse?
Not blindly. You must have to have some feeling of something. Because, look at me. I've been consistent. I already utter my mandate, and there are more to come. Okay? If they don't feel the vibes, don't give me a chance. But if they feel the vibes,
what is your mandate? Give me 3 things that you've mandated that we can look at and say, well, okay, we will go with Mr. Welcome?
Okay. First of all, I believe in the agricultural sector, and I am a trained person in the agricultural sector. And food is security. Okay? I'm going to just touch that. I'm not going to go into detail. We know what agriculture is all about.
But who is going to be the rest of people in your party? So that
Well, that is a very good question, Cortencia. And let me go back to this. I am only one person, Winston Welcome. I anticipate amongst all the candidates who think they have something to offer and they make that bid. Okay? If they are elected, I will have to work with them. Doesn't matter. Even if it's somebody from Labour. Okay? If they have something to offer.
Remember, he's running as an independent.
Independent, but would they want to work? We have to think about them. Go ahead, Mr. Welcome. Go ahead.
The thing is, we must and we shall, as long as you are elected, work together, because it's not about one individual. It's about all of us. We have to be on the same.
Okay, Mr. Welcome. Okay, Mr. Welcome. Hold, there's another caller. You've given one part, you say agriculture, but you didn't go into detail. You just said agriculture. We know where agriculture stands. So I'm going to let this caller speak, and then remember you have 2 more to give. Go ahead, caller.
2 more to give. Many more.
Yes, good. Yeah, Quinn. Good morning. Good morning to you.
And
Burl,
Burl,
good morning to the listeners.
Burl, we're almost out of time, so you're going to have to be brief, because I want to go back to Mr. Welcome, because he is running to get a seat, and we want to hear his representation. But go ahead.
Happy birthday, Burl.
Yeah, wow. Where did you get that from, Constance?
Somebody told me.
Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks.
You're
I appreciate
welcome.
that.
Yeah, well,
You
same.
know what?
I didn't know,
You know
so
what this about that
happy
previous-
birthday too. Yeah,
Yeah, thanks, Quinn.
yeah.
We
Go
are,
ahead.
we are forward thinking and we are revolutionary, just like Bob Marley.
Okay, go ahead.
But what we want is competent leaders. And me personally, real quickly, I would say that our politicians are being recycled. The geopolitics in the world is changing, and we need competent leaders. We are seeing some incompetency with this government that we have right now on both islands. And leading up to the election, I would think that it was a time now for the independent minds to come forward. Those persons on the ground that's interested in the political affairs of St. Kitts and Nevis, they should come in as independents. And then whatever the results bring, we form an alliance. The strongest alliance that we can form to govern St. Kitts and Nevis and move St. Kitts and Nevis forward. And, I'll probably leave it there for now, Quint, and let the candidates speak.
Yeah, okay.
And I'll listen off the ear. Thanks.
Yes, okay. So it's back to you, Mr. Welcome. And remember, we're stretched for time, so this is the beginning of your representation. Let's say, assume that you are already the incumbent. I want you to give us in a context way the next 2 points. Which means don't give us no long go around the bush like how them politicians will do. Go ahead.
That's why I do brief for the agriculture. Now, the second one is I have to sustain the economy by creating jobs. Okay? And yes, I am interested in investment. Whether it's foreign, as long as it is good, as long as it is acceptable. And transparency. I shall, not will, I shall.
So that's so agriculture is 1.
Foreign jobs.
Jobs is 2, and
foreign investment.
And now this last one.
Transparency.
Transparency
So
is your
that's 4?
Is your third?
Communicate with the people. There are many more.
Okay.
I don't have them in sequential, but I think anyone could come first. The most important thing is to be food sustainable. And
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, because we're stretched for time. You said agriculture is 1, jobs is 2, and transparency is 3. I'm going to give you a little bit of homework. I've often given you homework, and you keep failing my test. But I'm going to give you homework again. So since these are the 3 that you want to run on, campaign on, Go back, do your homework, and when you come back the next time, I'm not going to tell you which one to come with, but give us a more detailed, which means you don't wait till the end of the program to get in. You try and get in as early as possible, and you don't have to give us all three in one day either. I would advise you to, of those three, pick out one and give us a more detailed representation on it. And I stress on the word detailed, which means that you don't just come and say, I'm going to bring agriculture because I know it's important. You're going to have to tell us things you're going to do to make agriculture better. You understand me?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you have some homework to do.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that advice.
Is there anything else you want to say before you go?
Well, I will leave it there because I already mentioned three and they are numerous.
Okay. Well, I don't want you to put on the numerous because I want you to deal with those three. Sometimes when you try to, it's like a minister and the minister having too much portfolio and he can't put the emphasis that he needs to on any given one. You understand? So I want you to...
I personally will have a portfolio to deal with. I can't deal with all the portfolio because that's why we will have a cabinet and to whom may assign a portfolio. I anticipate they will make it work, and I will behind them to.
Mr. Welcome, Mr. Welcome, you're putting the cart in front of the horse. You have three to work on. You understand? I would suggest that you start putting emphasis on outlining to us in detail one by one, which means I don't expect you to come on one day and give me the three, right? And one day give us one and stop jumping off on these other tangents because you're not going to convince us and you're sure not going to convince me when you try to jump off on tangents. I put it again succinctly. You said three. Go do your homework and come back with one the next time you come on and give us a tailed representation as if though that is in your manifesto, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so that's it. And we just have one more minute. Katensi, any parting words?
Yes, once again, I just want to wish Beryl happy birthday, and as well as Miss Pansy Paris over there in Nevis. Coming from Mr. Carlisle Paris. Tessa, how are you doing over there as well? I hope everyone is doing good, and we look forward to hear from Mr. Welcome and his manifesto and his proposals, and we look forward to hearing from more from our opposition, especially the People's Action Movement.
And when you speak, I notice you hear Carlisle a lot, so, and I know I haven't listened to their program in a while because I'm so I've diverted in so many different parts, but when I used to hear him and the good old doctor, and I'm impressed with how they come. I kind of like the doctor because he's passionate, kind of like me, and we tend to kind of seem to lose it, but we don't really lose it. It's just that we have a passion for something, and that is why I feel the only, they would have to prove me wrong, but the only political party that seems to be representing in opposition is NRP. Okay? The rest of them are asleep.
Okay.
And that's how I end things for today.
All right. Have a blessed Thursday. See you folks tomorrow. God's fair.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
This Valentine's Day, celebrate love with a taste of something truly special. From the heart of Port Zante, St. Kitts Chocolate Factory presents the Valentine's Sweet Package. 3 delightful options crafted to match your moment. Option 1, just $99. 4 handcrafted locally made chocolates. 4 chocolate dipped strawberries. A simple sweet gesture that says, I'm thinking of you. Option 2, $135. 6 gourmet chocolates. 4 chocolate dipped strawberries. 1 small teddy bear. A balanced blend of flavor and charm. Perfect for sharing. Option 3, $189. 9 assorted chocolates. 6 chocolate dipped strawberries. A cuddly teddy bear. Our deluxe package for when you want to go all out. Handcrafted with love, locally made with pride. wrapped in romance ready for you. Place your order today. WhatsApp or call 762-3232 or 764-7860. Find us at Port Zante, directly across from the marina. Just look for the sign and follow your heart. St. Kitts Chocolate Factory, where love is always in season.
The holidays just got a whole lot brighter with the new $5 Holiday Stash scratch ticket. It's easy to play, packed with $1,000 prizes and many chances for you to win big this holiday season. So go ahead, treat yourself, spread some cheer, and stack some cash. Play Holiday Stash today at Caribbean Lottery agents and vending machines island-wide. Must be 21 years and older to play. Please play responsibly.
This Valentine's Day, give the gift everyone really wants. Relaxation with Valentine's vouchers from the Chop Shop Salon and Spa. Celebrate Valentine's, Galentine's, or just treat someone who's always got your back. Literally, we've got you covered.